Yes. Welcome, guys, to your favorite channel. My name is Mr. Lonag, and thank you so much for joining us again on this platform. So, this is a very important music instrument in an African music industry from the time past, time now, and the time future. This is a narrative from an African perspective, telling you the African story. This is a Zimbabwean telling you the Zimbabwean story as far as I can know. Now, I want to share what I know and I understand about this instrument is interact with people playing this instrument, or what they use it for, and also the use of drums in an African setup, in a Zimbabwean setup, in a village setup in Hurungu. What I know as far as I'm concerned. Sometimes our traditions, our cultures, and also their regional diversities may be different also, and our dynamics may be different. So now I may tell you something that is different from your setup, that is also different sometimes in your village, but this is in African perspective, in my own understanding. This one is Mbira. So this one can be played in different occasions for different purposes. But first of all, I want to tell you this one, that in as far as I'm concerned, this one is not about a religion. Though some of these instruments can be used for religious purposes, but does not mean that when you see this one, it means you are worshiping something or is a religion. But this one is a musical instrument. So now I want to play, before I tell you something, I want to play something here. This one must have that amplifier, the natural amplifier that not is, but today I don't have that one. So I want to put it here. Also, if I play, you hear it very well. So I want to amplify using the drum. So now I want to play. Oh, right. This is a simple rhythm that you can play using Mbira. This is an instrument that is common in African music setup, where people can gather as a community, as a village, to come and have fun, where people can play these instruments in our village or in our setup. People used to come, this one from this family, this one from this family. They come together, they play instruments using those days amplifiers, that there's no need of electric connections. So we come there, the old, the young, um, people from different walks of life. They come there to play the instruments, sharing. Someone can be playing this part, someone is playing this part. The same as what people do in other instruments, like the lead, the bass, right? So people come sing different songs. Most of the songs that sometimes uplift the community can come to praise the king, or the leaders of the community, to talk about the areas. Like people had a song like Chikomo Chehurungwe, Chikomo Chehurungwe, where people were talking about their places in where they stay. They can talk about, let's say, "Gomore mokore, gomore mokore, gomore like that. And I had the song like makore kore anoda mugariro wakadini ko pasi rino, anoda mugariro wakanaka. So people are communicating through music using the instruments from their culture. And on those occasions, there is no like a religious activity. There are no rituals. Sometimes people have their drink there. They come and gather. They drink. They share some meat, and they go back to their homes. Some of those events are called a dandaro. On the same event like that, they also sometimes use the drums like this one. But when you're doing drums, sometimes playing together with Mbira, the drums may not be loud like that. Like no, they will be like. So the Mbira will be like. Then the drums will. Yeah, depending on the version or the type of music that the people will be playing on that, and people will be dancing. Yeah, this one I believe, as far as I'm concerned, this is not a common thing. Sometimes in other cultures in Zimbabwe, this instrument may be popular in other cultural activities in other places. But here in Hurungwe, yes, people play Mbira, yeah, but they have their own version. And I heard the beat that comes from Murewa. I think there's another different version that comes there. Because even the drum music that comes from Hurungwe is different with that of that I heard from Murewa. So Mbira and drums can be played in an dandaro setup where there is no spiritual activity, there is no ritual activity that happen there. The same as the drums. The drums comes also in different dynamics of music. Uh, Different cultures, different backgrounds comes also with a different music type. In Makore Kore, there's that sound like Chikende. Yeah, there's one that I know that is Chikende, where people like play like. Yeah, this is a song that I first heard when I was in the places in like Nyadara. This is Urungwe. Nyadara, Sengwe, Murapa. Then also when I came to this side of Chipapa, I heard this song like that song, Chikende. But this one is different. Like I heard it's a bit like ngoma mango window. This one is not a full part of that drum music, because it has what a lead, there's what the bass rhythm, but on their own they don't speak the language like the rhythm. In the setup of Urungwe, or some of the drums that I heard people playing here, that we play here in Urungwe, they may not be saying like that, play that rhythm, the lead. No, there's the Karembera. I will try it. It sound like that, like this one, but it may not be the actual way, but it sound like this one. Then there's Gunda Gunda, but it would be like a little bit bassier than Karembere. Gunda Gunda. I'm trying it. Gunda 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 gunda. Like it will be connecting this one in the big drum. So this one will be a big drum. It will be like a dum, 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 dum. So when all those rhythms connected, it will produce a connected sound. I miss I miss this one. I said there's Karembera, there's Gunda Gunda. There is also, and can you play Kanangiti Kanangiti? Karembera Karembera, Gunda Gunda, Kanangiti Kanangiti. Yeah. Ah, there's then at the end there's now where we have right. And now people will be dancing. There are different dancing styles for every music rhythm. So today I will dance. Maybe I'll attend some of the programs. I will show you how we used to dance because it will need some people playing some instruments and other people are dancing also. And this also program can be done without any ritual that is happening. This instrument can be played for entertainment purposes, and sometimes since these programs can be done also to bring in the community together for uniting the community. This is also important for people to gather together and have fun together. After the program, they go back to their homes. And we here in Urungwe, though the place is much populated by the people from the Korekore side, when people say Makore Kore, Urungwe, or when people hear about the Urungwe, they think about Makore Kore. But it's not always that people in Urungwe are Makore Kore. Some people come from Mashingo, they've got their own version of music. I'll try to sound that beat. The songs would be like Vauya ndi baba tavaona vauya ndi baba vedu tavaona. So the beat is different, and this rhythm also have got a style of dance that people can go together, uh, like dancing in the same style together. Vachita zvakafanana vachienderana, right? I'm not so good in playing those drums, but that's the beat. So this one, when we were at school, it was easier for schools to practice the Mashingo way because it enabled the dancers to dance according to the tune and also dancing in a same way. So it was creating a uniform dance than the kore kore one. When in my kore kore way, the common way of dancing is like going round together, like following each other, but everyone having his own style. Yeah, you can identify this one is dancing maybe in a unique way than this one. Although the style like will be similar, but the Vitori one. We so kuno kurumbe we say ngoma Vitori. Okay. So when we were at school, we say the traditional dance. There is no issue of rituals at school there. is just playing music. What it means is for entertainment purposes. Then also you see those music instruments and dances there can be done on different ceremonies. For example, when there is a community program where people come to celebrate, there is a development in the community. People can bring drums, mbira to play then dance. Where during the independence ceremonies, we use also drums in some dances to celebrate the event. And the instrument also, these drums were also common. And also they are still being used for communication purposes. For example, when there is a funeral in the village, and there's need for notification to other people or to the villagers that the day of burial is today. In the morning, early morning, there is need for sounding a drum that communicates with the villagers. You know, when there is a funeral, people can gather. Yes, they may be going back home, doing some of the things, then come back to the funeral. Uh, but on the day of burial, all people in the community, they need to know that today is a burial. So the style of beating the drum is different. The drum will be like, right? Then you wait, you come again, then you wait. This was supposed to be done very early in the morning. Why? This is the time where there is no much noise. Or late in the evening, where we expect everyone is down in their home. There is no much activity in the fields. All the cattle they are now closed up in their cross. Then the beat will be like, then people now know there is a burial today. So this was very, very important. Then also it goes also on their religious practices. There are also some sounds that comes for communications, for religious practices where people know that this is my songs, or beats ngoma dzemidzimu yavo, mapapa religious yavo pangoma. Midzimu yemadinhe, midzimu dzemhondoro, midzimu yemumusha, and the likes. Then comes also in different dynamics and versions. But we need to know that drums, mbira, and other instruments from Africa, they are not only connected to religious practices, but also for entertainment purposes, and also for communication purposes. But now when the Christian community now come and gather, sometimes they come and say, no, this one is not good for people to have this drum is not good for people, the Mbira also. And so far, I haven't seen any Christian church that uses Mbira. I'm not so sure, but as far as I'm concerning, I have not yet heard people praising God using Mbira. Why? Why do we not use this instrument for religious purposes, praising God? Yes, using drums. I heard different churches use drums, playing different versions, types for praising God. In a number of African churches, but for Mbira, Mbira, I don't think people want Mbira. Um, I think there's a problem maybe sometimes when we classify our instruments is a religious purpose only. Because as far as I'm concerned, um, a tradition or a culture doesn't mean a religion. A tradition or a culture, I believe, is a way just people interact in society, how they do, what they believe in, and also what they choose to do and not to do, what is their value. When they're brought together, they create a culture, they create a tradition that people want to repeat the same way from one generation to other, preserving it. So when we talk about Mbira, I don't think it's only on a religious side, because now when people use electrified instrument, they believe that the I believe they say it's holy than these natural instruments that were common in Africa. And sometimes when people use what is that, the keyboards, saxophones, um, those the trumpets. Do they call trumpets? Mabosho, mabosho, mabosho. In Shona, is it called trumpets? What is the name of that one? I don't know. And when you come to church, using holding that horn, that nyanga yengwara yakabhenda bhenda, who people may say, no. But I believe that one, this one, these are just instruments that are common and that can be used for different purposes. So thank you guys for watching this video, and I hope that we interact. Tell me, what do you think using African instruments, even for our gathering, when we gather as a family, just to play African instruments, when we gather as a community, even in urban areas, just to play even the African instrument. Now you see when people come in as people who are in music industry using Mbira, they call them, they want to be associated with spirit mediums. Yeah, people don't want to associate with their those instruments now in nowadays where people are going to churches. People don't want. They discourage each other or on the issue of using mbira and some of the instruments that we used on old times. And but what I want to assure people is that every community is progressive. Uh, I believe that our parents, when they were using mbira, when they were using drums, when they were using those trumpets, had it that they had been given the time to progress without any external interference, they could have developed, they could have improved from the use of those instruments in this way, and they could have been now improved to a better version. But maybe it would be Mbira, but modified, and it will be fine with them. And also, I don't believe when we say the African instrument, the African setup, we come with the mind that we are talking about a primitive setup. Because every community, I believe that it came from a primitive setup. When Adam and Eva were in the Garden of Eden, they started putting leaves together to put on their body is a way of clothing themselves. And when God came, he brought a leather. He killed a sheep, making clothes for them. So they started with leather clothes. But that their community started to progress. And also in Africa, when we're using mapa and shashiko, those leather coverings, I believe there was a way of improving also. So when Mbira, when Ngoma, when Sumaunda came, I believe that it was a development, a new technology that was being used for that time, and they had an opportunity to modify, to improve but continuing to resemble the importance of their culture, what they believed as a society. Uh, Despite the issue of religion, they could have developed as a system, as a music industry. I believe today, playing Mbira and playing drums was supposed to be something that can be valued much. Nowadays, when people coming in, they there's much negativity in playing these ones. These are all those instruments that were common in Africa. So now, please, I think it's a high time for us to believe in our music instruments, modify them, continue bringing in new versions, new improvements in the music industry using African instruments, using African instruments to create new beats. Huh? If we want to praise God using an African instrument, I think it's very possible. Those who are in the music industry can help us praising God using Mbira, praising God using drums, praising God using our African bosho, African trumpets. The use of worship. Because now we go to church. It's a noise. And people will be like, oh, filled with the Holy Spirit, you know. Yes, of course. God may be there with us using those instruments. But I believe it's not that they are the instrument they are holding, because those instruments can be also used to not to in African, not in praising God. People can use keyboard, can use the saxophones, can use different types of instruments that are used in church for some of the celebration that they do outside the church, outside the Christian setup. So, as Africans, let's believe in our instruments. I'm not saying a religion, instruments, using them and showcase to the world that this one can be done, and offer to them another part of music that they can enjoy. Yes, we have got legends who played these instruments. Some of them they died, and it may be a challenge not getting the new generation that is coming playing Mbira, because they may be like, people may think that I'm practicing African rituals. Okay, so I would love to see people from Urungwe coming in with the music that resemble Urungwe, so that when they go to Mashimbo, they will showcase how Urungwe is. When people from Mashimbo come in with the music type, when they come to Urungwe, they will bring a new taste, so that people from Africa, people from Zimbabwe, when they go outside Zimbabwe, when they go outside Africa, they can showcase a new taste of music. How, what do you think? If someone is coming from outside Africa, is trying to play Mbira, you may see this one is not playing to the tune of Africa. It's not bringing that type of Africa that we need. You may say, no, no, no. It's not the good quality. But they may have tried their best. That's the same way if we try to play the instrument that are coming from outside Africa, playing sometimes beats and genres that are outside Africa. We may try it, we may be good, but sometimes we may not outbeat those people who are the people who have got it from their background. For example, can you play the reggae? Is it that a person from Zimbabwe can play reggae more than people from Jamaica? I believe it's not. can people from Zimbabwe play piano more than people from South Africa? I believe no. And can someone play sungura more than Zimbabwe? I don't know. Same. So let's bring the African music to the world. Let's bring the African instrument to the world. If we modernize it, that's fine. But let's each continue to resemble Africa so that the African setup, African culture, African tradition cannot die now. Let it continue. Let me give you the final beat. What can I do? I played uh, the makorekore. I played the the mashingo. But when I was in grade one at Nyadara Primary School, those people who were there, they know. We had our headmaster was there. I don't think the same system is still available. We used to go to the classroom first when the bell rings in the morning. Everyone was supposed to go to the classroom. Then you come to the assembly marching. So there were some guys. I think they were grade 6, grade 7. We used to play the drum. People come to the assembly. They addressed it there. When you are going back to your classes, you would go starting first with grade ones, grade two, marching in a single file, in an orderly manner. So they were playing the song like. So the other person will be the other one. So the final drum. You will be marching silently. That headmaster was putting order, order, order. I don't know if they are still doing it there, but for that time we were enjoying, and I had no exposure of maybe learning what other schools are doing. But when I was transferred from that school, I realized when I went to another school, there was no such a thing. There was no such a thing. Thank you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Mr. Lonak. Subscribe, comment, share. Let's play our African music in an African style, showing people around the world that this is what we do. This is our way of living. We can play our songs. We can express ourselves. Yeah. Bye bye.